The rain in Spain stays mainly in the...
Step by step through the sun and rain, over mountains, across the plains. WCBH is on the go. Join us as we walk the Camino.
Good morning, day 11. It's the 10th of March. We've left Viana. We're on our way to Logroño, about 15 kilometres. So after 4 days of 20 plus kilometre days, we've got a shorter day today. In fact, I think we've got 2 shorter days back to back. So not a rest day, but a lighter day, just part of that body management. So intentionally, we left a little bit later this morning to enjoy the hotel that we had. You know, the range of accommodation that we get does fluctuate. So when you've got a nice hotel, comfortable, it's good to enjoy it, especially when you've got a shorter day in front of you. So let's hope that we can go from comfortable hotel to comfortable hotel a couple of days in a row. Today feels just like we've just got to get up and get these kilometres done, because it feels like we're having mini rest days. 15 kilometres psychologically feels a whole lot shorter than what we've done the last couple of days, but it is at the beginning of the day, so I'll see how I feel later. And just to think, a city to surf in Darwin is 12, 13 kilometres, and psychologically that feels like a lot. You kind of build yourself up. And I don't run the city to surf, I only walk it, maybe the occasional jog, particularly when there's a camera person taking a shot or you're getting close to the finish line or at the beginning, but everything else in between is largely a walk. But psychologically, those 12, 13 kilometres feel like a long way, where today, the 15 kilometres feels like a short way. At this stage, our path is probably about 100 metres from the main road, linking Viana to Logroño. So we don't feel that we're truly rural, but we are walking smack bang between a vineyard at the moment. So grapes either side, still very brown. No signs of new life on the bushes yet. There's a nice creek next to us as well, which is a nice bit of background noise, running water. And every now and then it's interrupted by a car whizzing past on the main road. Viana, where we stayed last night, that was a really beautiful town. It's fascinating that these towns might only be 20 kilometres away from each other, but the difference in the feel of the towns, the difference in the amount of money that would have initially been put into the towns and what is put now into the towns in terms of renovations and investment and industry, etc. And it's a little bit judgmental because we're only in them for a very short period of time, but you do get a very different feel when you walk into different towns. Sometimes you walk into a town and you think, yeah, this feels good, this feels alive, this feels safe and welcoming. And then there's other towns where you get into and you think, okay, we're here, happy to move on from this town. But Viana last night, really very pretty, had a real old feel to it, but it feels like a fair bit of money's been put back into it to renovate, to gentrify. It's probably talking on way 2 different levels, but that closeness of how inner Venice feels. Stone pathways, narrow streets, buildings only 2 or 3 stories high, beautiful shop fronts. You know, some of the towns have that feel, which is quite amazing. Like quite often with our travels, and I'm speaking from my personal perspective, quite often with our travels, we go to the capital cities and explore the capital cities. But this is a really nice eye-opener, that getting some time away to really unwind in an old town where you could, just develop some a new habit for a week of sleeping in, getting up, going to get a coffee, etc. There's a lot to like about this region of Spain, and it's probably quite accessible as well. Anyway, so we're feeling good. We want to get these Ks done. Feels like we want to get them done more than other days. So let's see towards the end of the day if I'm feeling like that the 15 is a short day. We've made it. We're here in Logroño. I've written down that it was about a 15-kilometre walk from Viana to Logroño, but it was closer to 10 kilometres, so a short day today. Had an early check-in into our hotel, and yes, we've got a hotel today rather than another form of accommodation, so it's nice to be in a hotel. Short day tomorrow, so a late-ish checkout, so we'll enjoy the time in this hotel. Logroño, it's a big town or city, an older area, and then sprawling suburbs, maybe not suburbs, a sprawling area that gets into industrial. So we're going to explore the older stone area, go enjoy the lunch and enjoy Logroño, particularly this hotel, which seems to have everything that we would expect in a place like this, except for one thing, coffee. So we're back from exploring the town, Logroño. Great town, busy, bustling. It's got a real life to it. In the main street there, we stopped off at a cafe and had pinchos for lunch. There was a range of pinchos available. We took ones that were all tiny little bits of baguette, sardines, anchovies, ham and cheese, chicken, a whole range there, egg as well, but they were really delicious, the pinchos. Still getting used to the siesta, things closing down around 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then not opening up again until after 5 p.m. Cultural practice that I definitely think I could get used to. But who am I kidding? When I'm on holidays, I tend to have an afternoon nap anyway. So, I think the siesta is great and maybe we should adopt it.
The rain in Spain stays mainly in the...
Step by step through the sun and rain, over mountains, across the plains. WCBH is on the go. Join us as we walk the Camino.